Now then, Freemasonry. What this fucking woman's wearing here, the orange jacket and the scarf, 33-degree Mason. Yeah, she's right up there. She knows all the signs of everything, this one. Yeah, the orange and the scarf basically means she's happy and comfortable with, so that little logo fucking thing around her neck? She is happy and comfortable with the love of little boys. That's what that colouring means. And that's how these pricks talk to each other. Because the Andrew Marr show is a stage for Europe. So this woman here, sitting there, yeah, saying to all those Freemasons who are involved in paedophilia that she's happy and comfortable with the love of little boys. Yeah? That's how they talk. If you don't believe me, learn their fucking language, everybody. Learn the colourings. Learn the logos. Because they are blatantly going on our national TV, you know, the Savile backers, the people who like Jimmy Savile and all that shit. This fucking person here is on the screen, a European stage, a worldwide stage, and she's on there with the orange and the scarf and the pedo sign. And that basically means she is comfortable with the love of little boys. Right? I've put enough on my Facebook to let people know how to look at the colourings and what they mean. And it's also out there to learn. Yeah? Because there's something not right in this country. Yeah? And the good folk in this country, all the good people, whether you're in prison or not, right? And I'm not about good, the ones who don't shag kids, right? Or abuse them, have that sense of feel around them of disgust, right deep down. Good folk do not like this. And this is what this bitch is saying, by the way.
Right, very quickly, I won't go into it too much, yeah? If you look what I've written at the top here, the demonic meaning of the colour orange, right? It is associated with joy, sunshine, and the tropics. Orange represents enthusiasm, fascination, and happiness, creativity, determination, and attraction, success, encouragement, and stimulation. Yeah? You bung that with a scarf with orange in it as well, and a pedo sign round the neck. Now do you get me, everybody? That's the language these dirty fuckers are talking. And it's not just me saying it, this is known across the bloody world if you look into it. Younger boys. This symbol is for paedophiles who prefer much younger boys, known as the Little Boy Lover logo.
And you see this bitch here, with a white top on and a black t-shirt? That's basically saying to the European stage and the world stage she's disgustingly sat on, with the little paedophilic logos around her fucking neck. That's basically letting the rest of Europe know that the governments, and it doesn't matter, it's the whole political lot, they're all in on it, right? That's why it's such a fucking mess with Brexit and everything. But these people go on the world stage and they sit there and they tell the rest of the world that our religion, the black and white, yeah, is fine and still ongoing, supporting the love of little boys. Yeah? That's what that means, by the way. This is what's happening to our country at the moment. I've said it before on other videos about the mental disabilities of folk, right? Now, they're trying to get the mind, yeah, into the schools, to get people labelled up with whatever. They'll label you with whatever. That then makes, over a period of time, yeah, because she goes on about mental conditions and stuff like that, that will label everybody as suspicious. If you get me. Because not everybody who has a mental disability is a paedophile. However, I have mental disabilities, post-traumatic stress disorder, etc., yeah? And believe you me, the medical world put you through their disgusting type of fucking procedure because they think because you've been labelled with something, you are more than likely, to be one of these dirty fuckers, right? Now, if everybody gets labelled through schools, from ADHD, whatever, that means then they'll have all your minds down on paper as broken, let's say. That'll create a sense of community knot. Now when your minds are broken, all that sort of stuff, and they say it's broken down on paper and all this sort of stuff, the sense of feelings that the people will get over a period of time, they will eventually relieve that pressure of the horrible feelings that people get, and they will reduce the age of consent to take that weight off everybody's shoulders in a mental way. And at the same time, all those Muslims, let's say, who are blinkered because their Muhammad married a 9-year-old and had sex with her, you put that arm in the air, and the normalisation of paedophilia, which then gives the release of pressure of normal people who went through a school and got labelled with mental disabilities, because they will blink in mental disability as many people as they can, so that it'll work both ways. The British people, the good folk, will feel like they've been labelled away from paedophilia, so they'll feel good, and at the same time the other voting arm of the religion that allows it wouldn't care anyway. So that is how they're going to whittle down and normalise your paedophilia. Yeah?
And in order to do so, I need your help, of every single one of you out there. Because law enforcement only is not going to arrest their way out of this problem. And that's because we're talking about a public and a mental health issue, which is a shared responsibility for all of us.
Yeah? There's loads of paedophiles out there who aren't classed as mentally disabled. If you look back into the way this country is going to get and try and still fighting to get into your schools, to get that mind in there, to label you with whatever, that's a mental pressure of damning everyone. You put that arm with a voting arm that allows married to 9-year-olds, one voting arm will be thinking, that gets me away from the finger pointing at me. And the other voting arm doesn't give a shit, because their Muhammad is happy to abuse children and marry them. Do you get me where I'm coming from, everybody? Now, if we as a country are going to sit back to allow these paedophiles to settle in the community, I've just found out a few of them round here with fact. Yeah? I've just bollocked one this morning in a local shop. Big time. And the staff in there were no problem with it, because I did it correctly. But what it says to me, because I was talking to an elderly gentleman on the way back, because he's pissed off as well, with everybody getting dumped in areas around the community, with that disgusting, pedophilic shit. It makes you feel, makes me feel, I don't want to talk to anyone. Anyone. Now, I might be a bit extreme on that one, but if you measure from talking to people, because I'm usually quite a friendly and polite guy, with common courtesy and stuff, and you take away any parts of that, from being friendly to I don't want to talk to anybody, and you put that in the community will get broken. And when the community's broken, you don't stand together as a country. When you don't stand together as a country, the people who are running this country, who are run by pedophiles, will then manipulate you more into position whereupon you will feel pressure, self-pressure, and outnumbered pressure to probably vote down the age of consent in, I don't know, 20, 30 years' time, maybe when I'm dead, I don't know. This mass immigration is for whittling down the age of consent, because these elites who are doing it will still get their money, because it's cheap wages, all that malarkey bollocks. It's hidden behind that. It's hidden, and they're using our greed. They've given us selfishness and greed, so we want that more. It creates blinkeredness within the society and the community, the selfish and greed. But we're being driven into a catch-22, whereupon the British people in this country are going to be nowhere to go. They can either think they're going to have to feel shit for the rest of their lives, being self-labelled by their own country to make them feel like they're part of that disgust when they're not. And at the same time, they're letting loads of people in who don't mind it, who are blinkered to it, because Mohammed married a child and fucked it. And I say it disgusting like that because it is disgusting, isn't it, everybody? I'd seriously wake up. United Kingdom, the British people, the good people within this country, and I mean good, those who don't shag kids. Even the people in prison, the thugs that we don't like, yeah? The chavs, whatever people label each other. Because we're all good at labelling each other, aren't we? Even everybody in prison, yeah, who is not a paedophile, I would stand by them folk, whether they're murderers, druggies, whatever, I would stand by them folk to stamp this disgusting, paedophilic, immoral, anti-God, the lot, out of our community. It's about time we stop slagging each other off as a country and start dealing with the disgust that's going to be blinking rife in this country. It's rife anyway. It just hasn't come out of the corner yet, but it's set its bloody stupid, evil veins out there, and they're manipulating people, and they're manipulating your mental minds even when you won't be, because you'll be labelled as kids. And people aren't trained on psychology, and because we are NHSE type of reliability, we need to rely on them so much because we're scared of this, scared of that, because it's not very nice, is it? Pain, death and all that lot. Part of that system is not very good as well. And they're using that, like the mind, to get into the schools, to label you all, to then make you feel shit. They're normalising paedophilia, everybody, and this country is doing it big time.